Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another session for Qur'anic Arabic Recitation with Tajweed Rules. In this lesson, we will study the first letter of Arabic alphabet. But before that, we have to just read this out. We're not going to explain that bit because it's going to be too advanced. So we're going to just introduce this one. Bismillah. There's these parts, and we will discuss this one, the first Arabic alphabet, in detail. So when I'm reciting, you can observe the movements of my lips and the muscles of my mouth. That's the best way to learn Tajweed. So whenever you're learning from the teacher, you have to observe the movements of the mouth, the lips and the mouth muscles. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We go to the next. Bismillah. Bismillah الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الدرس الأول. الدرس الأول. That means الدرس means lesson, and أول means the first. That's the first lesson. حروف الهجاء المفردة. حروف الهجاء المفردة. حروف means letters. هجاء alphabet, and مفردة individual alone. So that means this lesson is about individual letters of Arabic alphabet. The first letter of Arabic alphabet is called Alif. That's the name of the letter, and its sound is it is a long vowel when the letter before it has a fatha. We will explain that in next few slides. Okay, so Alif has multiple uses, and the one is when it is used as a long vowel. So when it is used as a long vowel, its articulation point is al-jawf. That's the empty space between in the mouth and the throat. So this is the empty space in the mouth and the throat. The size of the mouth and the throat doesn't touch when we're pronouncing it. It's the empty space that's the main cause of it. You can see in other diagrams. So that is the Makharij. Similarly, that one as well. And here, this one probably is better. So this place, that is the Makharij of Alif when it is used as a long vowel. As long vowel is 2 counts. 2 counts. I'll explain that in next slides. Okay, so in brief, whenever we use Alif as a long vowel, then its articulation points are the empty space in the mouth and the throat. Okay, so next we have the classification. So is it a heavy letter or a light? So it is both, but depends on the situation. For example, if the letter before it is heavy, then the sound of Alif would be heavy. But if the letter before it is light, then the sound of Alif would be light. Is it a connector or non-connector? It is a non-connector. By that I mean, if you see the connecting forms, so this one is when a letter is a non-connecting letter, that means that you can't have anything connected to that letter after it. If it comes in the beginning of a word, you can connect something before it when it's in the middle of the word, but you can't connect after it. So you can't connect after it. Okay, you can connect something before it. So that's before it. you can't connect. Okay, that's the beginning anyway. So in connector, in non-connectors, you can't connect letters after it when it comes in the middle, and similarly if it's in the beginning, you can't connect it after it. Okay, how to write it? A single vertical stroke from top to bottom, and it rests on the line. Okay, before drawing it, I will explain the lines. Whenever we write Arabic letters, words, then it's actually written between two lines, but this one is an imaginary line. By that I mean, if you go to this one, so that imaginary line, if you see here, let's suppose, for example, we have one line here. So let's see, this whole text is written between two lines. Let's suppose this one and this one. And this imaginary line, if you notice that every letter, this is like, this is the imaginary line. That's why it says is rest on imaginary line. So if you see this alif, it rests on there, alif is rest on there, alif is rest on there. So you don't see this imaginary line in the real text, but it is there. So this is what I mean, this imaginary line. Okay, if I explain with another color, that would probably, so this is imaginary line, you can see here. Okay, so whenever we explain that a letter will be resting on the line, this imaginary line, this is what I mean. Okay, go to the next one. Okay, how to write it? It's a single vertical stroke from top to bottom. So you start like this, that's it, and it rests on the line. If you have the alif in the beginning, it's the same as if it is unconnected. Okay, alif. If it is in the middle, if you see here, there's a connecting point before here, so it's written like this. You basically you will be writing some other letters, and then you connect to that, so it's like this. Similarly at the end, like this, so you can connect something before it. Okay, and it rests on the line. Okay, so what is the equivalent of alif when it is a long vowel in English? It is actually the long A in the word father. So this is equivalent father. The sound of this A in father is equivalent to alif as when it is used as a long vowel. Okay. So what is the transliteration sign for a long vowel, alif, when it is long vowel? Okay, so we have, okay, so it is long vowel only if the letter before it has a fatha. So what is a fatha? Fatha is a short vowel. It's written single A, and long vowel is double A. So that means that if a letter has a short vowel, then it is prolonged or lengthened for one count. But if it has attached to long vowel, then it has to be twice of the short vowel, and this is what is called in English, in Arabic, fatha. So fatha is single count, and long vowel alif as a long vowel has two counts. So when I say count, that means it doesn't mean 1 second. It's actually, count is the time you give to each letter when you're pronouncing a word in Arabic. It can be 1 second or less than 1 second. So it's actually depending on your speed. If your speed is slow, then the count will be longer. If your speed is fast, the count will be shorter. Okay. Okay, so this is the sign we use for long vowel, and that's for short vowel. And then the fatha is called, this sign is called fatha. This sign is called fatha. Okay. Okay, so this is the end of this session. We will see you in next session, inshallah. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.